Hi students, this screencast is to help you to navigate through the final project in Introduction to Agribusiness class, Project 4, the Consumer Decision-Making Process. So you are going to actually go through need recognition, information search, evaluation of alternatives, your purchase, and your post-purchase behavior in slow motion as you buy a product. So you can click here for the Google form or in your Blackboard. It looks like this. It has a table that you should complete, and then part 2. Okay, so you'll need to go through this process and complete the document as you are buying something. So it could be something really small that you're buying from the Circle K, or if you're going to be purchasing something larger in the next, 10 days is before the due date, then that would actually be more interesting. So first of all, I want to recognize my need. Here I am on the campus. It's a hot day. I have to teach 3 more classes. I'm so tired because I didn't get much sleep last night, and I'm in need of some energy, and I'm so thirsty. So then I actually walk over to see the Circle K, and then I start my information search process. So the things that are important to me is that I don't have very much money today. I forgot my wallet at home. I really want something that tastes good and satisfying. Well, I got to look and see what's available in the Circle K. And then I also want to think about my influences. So as I walk in the Circle K, I'm kind of thinking about, oh, what is it that I want to buy here? Well, I remembered this advertisement for Coca-Cola that I saw on TV last night. And then this morning when I was in my Twitter account, I saw this advertisement also in Twitter. So these are the things that are in my mind, my influences. So now I have to decide on my alternative choice set. So I'm thinking I'm going to get either a Coca-Cola or a Sprite or a Red Bull. So I kind of narrow down my choices to these 3 products. So now I want to think about what are the attributes in this products that are important to me. For me, it's taste, caffeine, price, and brand. So here I put these in my table as my attributes. You might have 5, that's fine. You can have 4 or 5. And then I want to allocate the points out of 100. So for me at this time, most important is taste. So I give it 40 out of 100 points. Then actually price, because I only have 10 dirham. So actually price is really important for me. 30 out of 100. I really need some caffeine. So caffeine is the 3rd most important attribute for me at this time. 20 out of 100. Actually, brand is also a little bit important. There's some weird brands in there that I don't recognize, and I don't even consider those. So the next thing I do is I complete my table with the preference scores. So I'm going to do this for you. Okay, so now I have my table partially completed. Now I want to think about taste, 40 points, and I divide it by the 3 products. So for me, Coca-Cola tastes the best. Sprite I don't think tastes very good, and I don't think Red Bull tastes very good either. So then I think about caffeine. And actually, well, both Coke and Red Bull have quite a bit of caffeine, so I'm going to assign them 10. Sprite has 0, so I'm going to put 0. Well, the price, Coca-Cola and Sprite are much cheaper, and I'm looking for a cheap product, so I'm going to divide 15 2 times, which equals 30, and Red Bull 0. It's a bit too expensive. Now the brand, well, all of them I recognize. Coca-Cola, of course, I'm thinking about because of the social media and the advertisements that influence my decision. Sprite, I'm not so much sure about their brand. Red Bull, of course, they're always making promotions and I always think about them. So now I want to total up this row. So I want to make sure that it equals 40 because that's how many points I was able to start with. So that equals 40. This one equals 20. This one equals 30. And the last one equals 10. Okay, so now I double checked my math, everything adds up. So now I want to add up my preference score. So I'm going to look at this column first. 30 plus 10 is 40, plus 20 is 60. So that gives me 60 points of my preference. Sprite gives me 22, and Red Bull gives me 18. So actually now I see which product I'm going to take. It is Coca-Cola. Okay, then I move to the counter and I purchase the Coca-Cola. So now I have completed my table. This should be in your document. I'm going to show you my example here. I have written all the stages of my consumer decision-making process in red. I'm just kind of thinking out loud in my paper. And then in the end, after I decide on my purchase, hey, and actually sometimes students, we want to purchase something, but something gets in the way, or we're just human beings and sometimes we just change our mind all of a sudden. So this could totally happen. It doesn't mean that your preference score always wins. So the last thing you want to do is indicate 3 potential marketing efforts that could influence or shift your decision to take a different product. So think about it from the business point of view. So maybe if I wanted people to buy Sprite, maybe I will offer 1 Sprite plus a bag of chips. Or maybe I will offer 6 Sprites for the price of 4. Or maybe I will put a big sign in the Circle K to try to attract people to my product. So you want to write those marketing efforts out in 3 to 5 sentences or 1 paragraph and suggest how you could influence people's decision, maybe away from the one that gets the highest preference score. Okay, best of luck on this project.